All right, this is my first camera right here. I'm gonna pull this. As you can see, this stuff is just every bit as high as me. Probably majority of it's 6 foot, if not 7 and 8 in spots. I'm standing on the deer trail and you can see these weeds are way too tall to see any deer coming through here. So this here is so tricky when you're running trail cameras. Like the spot I was just in, just amazing habitat, amazing bedding opportunities. But right now, there's no big buck prints anywhere on that edge. But that doesn't really discourage me because I've seen a big buck in that area, but I think it just has to do with the time of year. Right now, I think they're very food oriented, but I know once late October gets here, bucks start chasing and moving around more, then a lot of these spots that are dead are gonna start picking up. Well, I'll just be honest, it ain't going so hot. Got out to here to my first pinch point and the water hole's all dried up. It's really not, there's really not a whole lot of pinching going on the pointing. Make matters worse, I just looked down. There was a camera right there when I started this. It is no more. I just had that thing set up like perfectly for getting car shots and my B cam. It's gone. There ain't no finding it. Not out here. Absolutely no possibility. I wasn't really following any kind of a trail, nothing. I just was bushwhacking it back here and it fell off. So lesson learned. I have a nice little clip for this camera here on the side and it actually snaps into that. But the other one just had like a real heavy duty clamp and I clamped it around the strap. I mean, there is that slight possibility if the clamp slips just the right way, the strap can just come right out through the sides of it. I just didn't think that would happen. Had been doing great. This is why public land's hard right here. Is walk out forever in the middle of thick crap, tripping over logs and stuff. And then you get to the spot that you're planning on being money and it ain't. It's just a lot of energy expenditure. It's a little easier once the rut gets here because you can just kind of hunt your way into spots, but just keep moving. I got 2 trail cams in my backpack, so I found one trail that looked pretty decent, but it wasn't even one that I was originally planning on putting a camera on. Alright, something's gonna have to die back here. Make up for the woods eating my other camera. Got way back into this piece. Ow! I'm freaking exhausted. Looks pretty good. It's kind of like a little grassy spot. And the grass is pretty dang beat down. I feel like there's probably gotta be a decent amount of deer in here. Bedding down and stuff. I might just throw a camera back out here. There's a bed right there. Pretty decent sized. This is a pretty cool spot. Last time there was a trail cutting this corner right here, so might see if I can get a decent bearing on it and throw a camera up. I'm starting to get pretty seriously dehydrated. Forgot to put an extra water bottle. Ooh, big track. I guess it's not huge. Sure as heck looks like a pretty decent deer to me though. I just saw this trail on my way out. It's kind of like a little washed out creek bed right here. There's a trail cutting down across these 2 ridges. A ridge up on this side, ridge up on that side. Trail comes right back up right there. That's his track. I don't know, that might not be a huge deer. Oh my gosh. I need water. I'm gonna come up here, throw one more camera up, call it good. Some deer tracks there. Nothing super big. In there. That's pretty widespread. Good sign, my pinch point. It's right up there. Somebody got to stand there. Didn't see that before. This is the the main access path, so it doesn't really surprise me. There's guys hung ladder stand or some hang-ons down there real far. There's one here, so be a little awkward walking in down through here if they're already set up, but I mean, there's tracks all down this creek bed. There's a pretty good one. Not bad right there. Not bad. He's coming from this way, which is where I just came from, so he's probably coming off of private or down in that bedding cover and then working his way up here. But right here wouldn't be a bad spot. You got this trail you can see here running through here, and then right here you got another trail coming off going around this little body of water right here. Trail comes up here, intersects with this one, and it looks like it keeps going too. This is pretty cool too. You got a trail coming around here. You got another one coming up here because you got a ridge here and a ridge here. I just got to looking a little closer, and it looks like there's like 4 or 5 different trails that converge right here. So you got this one coming down right here. You have one coming out here, here. Then you have one cutting across from this ridge coming down here. This wouldn't be that bad of a spot to put a camera. Everything I own is completely drenched in sweat. Repositioned 2 cameras and set up 2 more. Rest in peace, Black Rifle hat. Well, got 2 cameras up out there. Hopefully I'll get some pictures on them. Leaves me with 2 more cellulars, so I've got 4, 5, 6. I've got 1 more in my box, but down my B-roll camera, lost that in the woods. Literally everything on my body is like wringable wet level of wet. I'm soaked in sweat. Like the whole trail camera thing, summer scouting, running cameras, you know, getting inventory, all that stuff sounds nice. And until you realize how much work it is to go do it. It's one thing if you've got like a 4x4 and you're just cruising up and down the edges of fields, throwing cameras out on trees and, you know, easy stuff. But it's another thing when you're tracking miles and miles and miles back into the woods and nasty thick stuff. Putting cameras up on trails that you're not even sure if there's big bucks using, or, you know, it's hard work. There's no sugarcoating it at all. It's not the easiest thing. The next thing I might do while I'm down here is go run around and get inventory of where all the soybean fields are. I've been wanting to do that just because when I shed hunt in the springtime right after the first melt, it's nice to know where they all are, so I don't have to go try to figure it out on the fly. But you know, like deer move, deer change patterns. Like if you want to have pictures of all the deer, the big bucks, everything, you pretty much have to be where they're at right now, which means a lot of times constantly moving cameras, and that's a lot of work. And you don't always, like, not everybody has the time to constantly shift cameras around. You kind of just gotta go set them out and then just let them sit, and then certain times of the year they'll light up, and then at least you know, okay, this spot's good last week of October when the deer start moving real good, or it's good first week of season, and then after that, once hunting pressure comes in, dies off, yada yada. I think that's the route I'm going with trail cameras. I think I'm going more towards like putting camera out for the year, letting it sit. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm sure this video is already crazy long, but yeah, I can't wait for the season to actually come in and actually get you guys some hunting footage. Last year's stuff is what's going to be airing, and I already know all that stuff, so there's some real cool hunts that are coming. I can't wait to start laying down some footage for this year too. It's going to be pretty cool. But anyways, subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. A lot of hunting, gun, deer killing related videos. YouTube doesn't like to monetize, so I just started monetizing my stuff, and I'm already seeing that. So kind of sucks for all the outdoor industry guys that are trying to make a living on YouTube, but I'm not trying to make a living on YouTube. I just do it for fun. Anyways, see you guys later.